What is up, everybody? So, today's message is about being the change, making a difference in people's lives. But first, I have a confession, and this may surprise everybody or surprise people that know me really well or have met me or have seen me speak at different events or different meetings and whatnot. But the thought of getting on video and broadcasting to everybody just strikes fear in me. It's something that I didn't think that I would encounter, I'm not someone that's shy. I love meeting new people. I love getting up and speaking in front of groups, but getting up here and just filming video and broadcasting it out there to a wide audience for some reason has struck a fear in me that has kind of held me back from getting out there and posting. And I've got to be inspired this week by a few different things. First off, by a couple of people that I've watched post videos and do different things, and I look up to you and are out there doing good things. Jordan and Mike that have posted videos recently admitting to their own fear, admitting to their own weakness of getting up here and putting themselves out there and being vulnerable and posting a video. And so it's one of those things of realizing that you're not alone. But then I've got an opportunity this week to see some amazing speakers and talk and have kind of good conversation with some really amazing people. And kind of the message is if you're not if you're not sharing your gift, if you're not out there helping people, you're not making a difference, you have to overcome your fears because you have something to offer. And I was reminded of that this morning when I got to meet and had an incredible meeting with a young man that is just a really positive young man here in town. Got to know him as he works at Grand Traverse Pie Company in Brighton, and actually when he was 18, he turned 18 when I was running for school board, and he voted for me, and it was his first election he got to vote in, and I thought that was incredible, and it was really awesome, and we've kept in touch and have been friends on Facebook, and he's always posting positive stuff. So I wanted to pick his brain and just understand him, and so we had an incredible meeting and just full of energy. And at the end, he told me, I love watching your videos. I really look up to you. Keep posting your stuff. And I've gotten that feedback from a few people. And it's one of those things where you don't even know who's watching. You don't know, as you go through life every day, you don't know who's watching. You don't know who you're inspiring. And so when I have people that didn't like a video or didn't comment, or, you don't even know that they watched that, and then you see them out in public and they pull you aside and they tell you that you inspired them, that's amazing. So I got to go out there. I got to overcome this fear. And last week I got called up from a really good friend that needed some cheering up and had got some bad news. And they told me, "You're one of the most positive people I know. You always have the ability to pick me up." So the world is sometimes a cruel place, and there's not enough positive people out there. So that is my commitment to you all: is to bring that positivity. Yeah, anyone needs that shoulder, I'm there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to overcome this fear. I'm going to be out there posting the videos. So here is my challenge. This is my challenge for the weekend, and this is inspired a couple years ago. I had this story and I threw this challenge out there, and it was absolutely amazing. Some of the feedback I got, and it's about making the difference. It's about being that change. Anyone that knows me, we're dealt with certain conditions in life, and you got to overcome those conditions. You're just dealt with them. You can't change certain things, but you can make a difference, and we have the ability to make a difference in people's lives. Like I said, just from some of the inspiration I've had this week, and some of the things that I've realized that I've inspired others to do is incredible. So we have the ability to empower to make an impact on people's lives. So a couple years ago, I was on my way to work and stopped to get coffee into my local Panera Bread, and I encountered a gentleman at the counter that was taking my order, and I could just tell right off the gates that he was having a horrible day. Just one of those things. He was not present, not polite. He was just flustered. He was having a problem with the computer. And I committed in my head, I'm going to make a difference in this day. I wanna leave a lasting impression and be a factor to say that I turned his day around. So I dive in and I commit and I start asking him questions, and I'm trying to develop a conversation, and I throw out a couple of corny jokes, trying to make him laugh. And I was having an impact on all the people around me. His coworkers were conversating with me. They were throwing back questions. I got some giggles from them, so I knew that my jokes weren't that corny. But I could not get this young man to budge. And so he brings up my order, and my daily requirement of coffee is a large coffee. And so he's fiddling with the computer, has some mistakes, it takes a minute or so, and then he gives me a small coffee and he's like, "Here's your small coffee, sir." As much as I want to make this his day, I cannot leave here with this small coffee. I need a large coffee. It's one of those. It's early in the morning. I need my coffee. So I had to tell him, I ordered a large. I'll pay the difference. I have no problem with that. I'm sorry, and I get the sigh, and I'm like, oh crap, I am not winning this one. Not only am I not going to have an impact on making his day good, but he's going to have a horrible day. So he's sweating it out, and he's, flustered, and he's having a hard time with the computer. And then he said, I've got to go talk to my manager. And he stomped off and went in the back, and he was back there for a couple of minutes. And he came back, and he just gave me my large cup. And he said, you know what? Here you go. My manager said, just go ahead and take the large cup. You don't have to worry about the pay difference. And so I said, okay, here's my opportunity. I said, I really appreciate that. I saw what you did there. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you went back and you made a special favor to your manager. You didn't have to give me this coffee for free. And I just really appreciate you going to bat for me. That just says a lot. And I really appreciate it. And I took a $5 bill and I handed it to him. And I'm like, that's yours. I just really appreciate your help and I appreciate your commitment. His eye sparkled. He got all excited. He said, you're welcome anytime. I'm proud to say this is a couple years ago. Every time I go into that Panera, he is excited, and it's not just with me, but I see that environment. Now, he was probably just having a bad day. He may have even been new and was just really having a hard time with the computer. Any factor could have been happening, but I felt so accomplished because I left and I had a difference on his day. So I posted a challenge. I posted a challenge out there for a whole entire weekend, and I asked for everybody to give me their results. What did you do? What were the results? And so no matter how people encounter you, whether they're in a good mood and a bad mood, we have the ability to kind of invest in take a couple moments to just really make their day and have that experience. So we had a whole entire weekend and it was absolutely amazing, and we ended up getting free food, we ended up getting free drinks, and it wasn't a matter of like trying to get free things. It was a matter of just making people's days and being really present and talking to them and making them feel good about themselves. And so, and again, the feedback that I got, when I got feedback from my mom that had made a difference in people's lives and a lot of posts. So I want to pay it forward. So I'm going to go out there. This is my commitment this weekend. I'm going to make a difference in as many people's lives as I can. I would love to hear what you're out there doing. If you have somebody that you've encountered that's in a bad mood and you've had the ability to make them laugh, change their day around, post it. I would love to hear about it. So everybody go out there, make it a fantastic Friday, make it a great weekend. I'd love to hear your results. So talk to you later.